Aloha folks, this is Rob and I'd like to introduce myself. I'm going to start doing some stuff on here, online here, for allowing us to learn a little bit about getting some stuff installed on some of the vehicles. I've got a Chevy truck out here that we can do some work on once in a while, but I've got this Nissan Z that I'm slowly upgrading. I have done some upgrades on it, so I will take you kind of retrofit back of what I've done. So this is the vehicle right here that I'm going to be working on. I've done a number of things on it already. Thanks again, shout out to the Z1 folks who have I bought most of my material from, so I appreciate it. I'm going to go through things internally on the engine, doing things like the catch can, doing some of the chassis stiffening, upgrading the suspension on the system. I had some fitment units in here and doing a number of little things to it. I've got some things I still got to do, like the brake lines and things that I will do live for you, but as we do this, I'm going to take you through a number of things that I've done and some of the tricks that I've used to allow this thing to get installed rapidly. So I just wanted to introduce myself, say hello to everybody out there, and if anybody's got any questions, do a couple things. One, subscribe to the channel, like, and if you got any questions, drop me some lines and questions. I can help you through some things, but I found a number of little tricks that have helped out to getting things installed on this vehicle. If you have any questions, again, drop me a line through the channel on the bottom, and I will respond as fast as possible. Thanks. All right, folks. Told you that I was going to start with some of the stuff that was already installed, so I can walk you through some of the things that were done, as well as, because I hate to do this retro, but it's actually not very difficult. So what I'm going to start with is install the Z1 catch can here. Pretty easy to do. It's only about, I'd say, about a half an hour job. The worst part of the whole thing is getting the intercooler off. I'm going to pull this apart right now, but I got this set so that because I put a tripod brace in here. So what I'm going to do is walk you through what I need to do to get this catch can in here. So first thing you really need to do is you get your brace off, and it's really easy to do. Just a few bolts. This one you have to take a cowling cover off, but take that off. Take your engine covering off of here, and that'll expose underneath here, which is, I'll show you from the side, that'll expose the intercooler. The big thing you got to do with this intercooler is you're going to have to disconnect the intercooler from the throttle body, and I actually loosened it up down below here from the turbo itself. So you'll need to disconnect down here. There's if you look real carefully, there's a connection point for the map sensor, so for an air sensor. So we take that off, disconnect down below, and I'll get down in here so you can see it. There's two bolts down in here if you look real carefully, and there's two bolts up at the top side. That'll release the unit itself. Then what I do is I took off up at the top here, there's the throttle body intake, there's a worm gear clamp. Take that off. I take it off and slide it forward, and did the same thing on this side. Take that off. Now on the throttle body itself, what I did, which made it easier, is now after I got that off, I took the actual hose that was attached to the throttle body and took it off itself. Made it a little bit easier, and attached it back to the and just loosely attached it back to the intercooler. Once you get that thing off, you can take it and flip it up onto the hood, and at that point there's a single hose that runs from the engine itself up to the front of this system that goes into the front section of the engine here, and it's pretty easy to take a look at it. It's a PVC system. So what you're trying to do here with this catch can is you're trying to catch as much of the oil that you're getting through backflow into your valves into this catch can, so it doesn't basically seed back into your valves themselves. Taking that hose off is really easy. It's a couple of clamps. Once the clamps come off, the hose will come right out. You can then take one of the hoses here and drive that into the first section where it connects in, and then the secondary hose down here, which is using a banjo clamp connector, and run that into the secondary side of it. Once all that's done, you're hooked up. The only other thing you got to do then is take this simple catch can, attach it down here. There's an open lug down there that you can put a bolt in. You put that bolt in, attach this up. Now what I do recommend with all these catch cans is, if you look real carefully down here, you've got a drain hose. A drain hose is set in there to allow you to go from the bottom and drain that catch can without having to take the whole unit apart. So once you get that all set underneath, that's relatively easy. That's about a 15-minute job to do that. The big issue you're going to run into is getting this intercooler back on, and this is where the sneaky tricks comes in. What I recommend you do is get the intercooler back in, slide it back onto the throttle body, and then slide it onto this unit down here. And again, it's a lot easier if you slide it onto the throttle body and it's loose up here. Then you can get this one and get it literally sit very easily right on top of this hose, and it drops right down. When I first tried it, I was trying to do it with the hose staying onto the throttle body, which is what they talk about. It's not easy to do. Trying to get that hose and get it in, it's very difficult because this hose down here is very, very tight. When you have both of those loose and you can move it around a little more, it allows you to lift up enough here to get it onto this hose down here. Once you get that done, you're done. It's real simple. Put the intercooler back on, attach the 4 bolts that hold that intercooler in, put your covers back on, and put your strut brace across it. Simple, done. It's about a half-an-hour task to do. Once you figure it out, I'd say it took me about 45 because I spent about 15 minutes playing around with that intercooler. But I would tell you the easiest thing to do is to get that get that intercooler upper hose set up loose. Actually take it off and put it on the intercooler, and I was able to get it lined up exactly how I wanted. So again, it had some play in it, enough so that you could move it around and get it down on that unit. So if there's any questions, you're more than welcome to send it to me on through the comments here. If you liked it, give me a like, give me a subscribe. Again, I appreciate this stuff all came through the Z1. The Z1 guys are great at supporting their customer base. And I've actually given them some feedback again on some of their instructions to try and help them with the customer base getting these things in, because a lot of people, some of these things are very easy. A lot of these people who are somewhat handy will get in and do this stuff. So if you have any questions, again, drop them in a comment. Again, I appreciate you taking a quick look at what it was. This was a quick video. Mahalo, aloha, and again, this is Rob Z. Have a good one. Bye.